Hey everyone, in this video I want to show you how to walk through your AMP2 lab course the way I've set it up. So I'll try to be as quick as I can because you've got a lot to do this week. But first of all, welcome to AMP2 Lab, and I am Sharon Feaster. I'm very excited to be able to guide you through it this semester. All right, so if you look on the left, in this section where you see all these blue links, that's your course navigation, and you are on what's called the home page right now, and you see several items here. Just make sure you click on each of these. I know that's how you got to this first video, but make sure you click on these, read through all of this. All right, then I want to go to the syllabus page. This is a very important page because it contains not only the details of your course syllabus, but it also contains a schedule that tells you what activities you'll be covering in your lab book each week and when your tests are going to be open each um, during the semester. All right, and so in the course syllabus, I'm not going to open it now, but I expect you to open it. You are responsible for reading everything in it. Pay very close attention to the attendance. Pay very close attention to um, how your grade will be averaged. You'll see there that 75% of your grade will come from the average of 2 lab tests that you'll take both online. And then the rest of the points will come from the rest of the 25% will be coming from weekly activities, and you'll have at least one of those each week in the form of quizzes, online labs, interactive labs to perform. And so um, that will count as 25% of your grade. But for all of those, you have several days to work on those. You can go in and out of it. So you'll see that. Just make sure you read all of that in the course syllabus. Your course schedule lays out week by week which lab exercises we'll cover. And I want to make sure that you all look at this course schedule. In fact, you might want to print it out. There's a place here you can download it and print it. I'm just opening it up directly in Canvas, but you'll see it goes week by week. And if this particular one is for my full semester class, if you're in the 8-week class, you will have one similar to this that will lay out which exercises are covered each week and when the weekly assignments will be due. And most all of these assignments are going to be due on Sunday, as will your lab test. Here I've got when the lab test will be open, but they'll also be due on Sunday, this first lab test. At the end of the semester, the last week, everything will be due on a Thursday, not on a Sunday, because the course actually ends on Friday, but that gives me one day to get all the grades done. So that will be good. Make sure you print this out. This is a real quick place where you can see for each particular week what lab exercises we'll be working on that week and when those weekly assignments are due. Also, the test. All right, now what I want to do, I want to go back to the syllabus page where this schedule, that's where I got the schedule. All right, then I want you to notice this course summary below. This is something that Canvas puts in there based on which assignments I have for you. This is not where you need to go each week to figure out what to do. I wish I could remove it. This simply shows when every assignment is due, but if you just wait until these due dates to click on it, there is no way you will have time to get it completed. All right, and so yes, you can see what's due each week there, but I have a better way, and that better way is in your modules. This is where you will be going all the time. This is what I call the meat of your course. There's lots of modules in here. The first 2 are very important for you to go through today, early in the semester. This first one is put out by our e-learning department. It's very important that you read all of this information. There's a survey that you will need to take. This survey is the same in all of your online courses, but you have to take it in each course. By taking that survey, you are agreeing that you've read everything, you understand the policies, And if you don't take this, then you will be dropped from the course as a no-show. So make sure that you take that survey. All right, I've also got information in here about how to access our ebook. You don't have to buy a book in the bookstore. It's already loaded in Bookshelf. So this explains that. All right, and then also on our tests, they're through an honor lock system that you take from your home computer, or you can go to campus. You can schedule tests through a smarter proctoring, which I will discuss later for you in the semester if you want to take it on campus, but it's still taken through the system that we put in place last spring called Honor Lock. All right, anyway, then there's a little practice quiz to make sure your computer is set up with what it needs for that. All right, so just run through that this week, early in the week. Then there's also information about COVID and Hines. Make sure you read through that real quickly. But then the rest of these modules are week by week. And this is what I call the meat of your course. Each week, like here's our first week, you've got some little objectives that don't worry about those. That's just basically an overview of what you'll be covering. What you do need to worry about is this lab agenda. I cannot stress to you enough that it is very important to read the week's lab agenda at the beginning of the week because it will walk you through everything you need to do to be prepared for the assessments that you have to take. Now, here's the first two of these weekly assignments that will count 25% of your grade. This week one lab quiz, you'll have a quiz every week, and that quiz will be based on the information from the exercises that are from your lab manual. All right, the week one lab agenda tells you that. So when you read, just follow the directions in the agenda. I know this video might be a little bit confusing, but if you remember, follow everything in the lab agenda, you'll be fine. This first week's lab agenda is going to direct you to some information in your lab manual that you get through the bookshelf that's loaded into your Canvas course. And in that lab manual, you'll go to exercise for this particular week, exercise 30 and exercise 31. But I have information on in these links. Now, these links are not the lab manual. This is just my instructions for what you do in that lab manual. So here it says, read through exercise 30 in your lab manual. There's some things you need to do at home. And so it walks you through that. And then if you'll see number 2 here, it says look at the slides below. All right, and I'm going to scroll down below. You see several links for various they're called micrographs, but they're pictures taken through the microscope as if you were in a lab class with me. Prior to that, above it, you see a video. This is a video I recorded, kind of like the one you're looking at now, but this one shows what I'm seeing through a microscope. And I'm explaining all of these images to you so that you'll better understand them. I know microscope work is very difficult for a lot of A&P students, but if you watch my videos, that should help you quite a bit. All right, and so those are the things that you'll need to do from exercise 30. All right, if we go back to that first module, click on that. The week 1 module, I should say. Then you've got a similar link for what you do in exercise 31. Once you've done all of that, then you should be able to take the week 1 lab quiz. Here's another link for that same orientation survey that was in the first introduction module through e-learning. So I've got a link here. So what you're going to see is that for each of these weekly modules, this is another place that shows you what's going to be due that week, but it also has links that will help you as you study so that you can do the things that are assessed. All right, and you'll see I've got this same layout for every one of the weeks. The first thing you do for this, read that lab agenda because the lab agenda is going to walk you through everything you need to do so that you won't be behind. All right, and so you'll see that I've got those for every week. And when it comes time for a test, the test links will be there. So it should be very straightforward for you. So that's your modules. If you want to see your grades down the road, once you have taken some assignments and submitted those, your grades are going to show up here. See, here's everything that you will be assigned throughout the course of the semester. But once you've taken an assignment and submitted it, your score will be here, and it will also um, calculate your average. Right? Again, you can see on the right side that 25% of your grade will come from your weekly assignment, 75% will come from your lab test, in which you will have two of those. One will be proctored through that honor lock system. It's going to look like both of them are proctored, but with the system, only one will actually be proctored, and no one knows which one that is. So you treat both of them as a truly proctored test. Um, all right, and so I think I've pretty much covered everything. The bookshelf, that's where your book is loaded, so you click on that. In that introduction module, it explains that. NetTutor is a pretty cool site. It's an external site where you can have an A&P tutor for yourself. You can ask it questions and they can help you with that. If you want to see who's in the class, there's your classmates and people, and then you'll be using these honor lock buttons um, um, later on in the semester as you take some of these proctor tests. All right, and then the smarter proctoring, that's if you want to schedule your test on campus rather than taking them with your home computer. Some people don't have access to cameras at home. You'll have to have a webcam for your computer. You'll have to have speakers. So you have to have it set up to take your test through HonorLock. And if you don't have that, you certainly can take it on campus, but you'll have to schedule that time through Smarter Proctoring. All right. Then I'm going to go back to our home page. I think I've covered everything. The biggest thing is don't get behind. And the way not to get behind is to make sure you read the weekly agenda each week, and you can find that in modules. All right, I believe that's it. I wish you the best. Make sure you get in touch with me if you need to. I did not mention in this syllabus page, if you go back to it, I've got on my office hours. I am actually not on campus. I retired just a couple of semesters ago, and so now I could be anywhere. At the moment when I'm recording this, I'm actually in Key West. We're camping in Key West, but I always should have internet service, and I am always available to you. If you contact me, my home phone, here you see it. It's been forwarded to my cell phone, so I'll be able to get you. But probably the best way is just to go into Canvas, in the Canvas navigations in that inbox. You can always send me a message through Canvas. I know many of you are very familiar with that. All right, well, good luck with the course, and please reach out if you've got questions. My goal is for each of you to make an A, and if you follow the directions and study each week, prepare each week, um, then you should be fine when the tests come. All right, now if I can figure out how to get off of